Good morning, everyone. Today, I want to talk about a problem we all face: the rise of misinformation on social media. On platforms like TikTok, Facebook, and Twitter, we often see fake news, edited video, or misleading posts that spread very quickly. This kind of content spreads faster than the truth, especially when it gets lots of likes or shares. What's worse is that the fake content is becoming more realistic. Even real images or videos can be used in the wrong way, with false captions or stories. And over time, this causes people to lose trust even in real information from the government, health experts, or the news. That's why in our report, we look at how misinformation spreads and what is the possible solution we can do to stop it.
Hello, I am Takya from Group 3 and I will now talk about the background of the problem. Advancing technology has made knowledge more accessible to people, but also made it easier to convincingly spread misinformation and rumors. As technology like AI improves, it is also unfortunately easier to make rumors and misinformation look real. This has grown to an issue that needs urgent addressing. Here are the causes of the problem. Firstly, there is no knowledge or fear of consequences. People don't know or don't fear the legal consequences of spreading misinformation. Secondly, there is a lack of regulation. Platforms find it hard to regulate content due to users' right of free speech. Third, platform algorithm. The platform's algorithm rewards sensational media as platforms want to maximize their profit. Lastly, the public's lack of media literacy. People cannot judge the reliability of a media due to their lack of media literacy, hence they are more prone to falling for misinformation.
Hi and good morning. My name is Thailand. So now I'm going to talk about the effects of misinformation. So misinformation can greatly affect how people understand and respond to the world around them. It creates a distorted view of reality, especially on important issues like health, safety, and social matters. A real life example is the COVID 19 pandemic, where false claims about vaccines, such as them causing infertility or being part of the government control plan, which led many people to refuse vaccination. This results in higher infection rates and unnecessary deaths in some areas. People who believe these false claims make poor decisions that put themselves and others at risk. Over time, constant exposure to misinformation also reduces the trust in reliable sources like government agencies and health professionals. When the trust is broken, even truthful and helpful information is ignored, making it harder to protect public health and safety.
I'm Venice and I will be covering the parts of the first solution and the conclusion of our report presentations. Let me start at the introduction of our possible solutions. We have four solutions because we need to have a multi-layer strategy to control the fake contents and AI generated misinformation on social media. The first solution is enforcing law against misinformation. Malaysia already have two laws. One is CMA 1998 and another is Penal Code, which makes people who post fake or harmful contents online will be illegal. From the picture below, this is the example for section 211 and 233 from CMA 1998 shows that if there is anybody who posts something fake with bad intention to harm or abuse someone, they can be fined for 1,000 ringgit or above and imprisoned for 1 year and above. Hence, from the existing laws, the government can stop the spread of fake news by strictly follow the laws and enhance it to deal with the new AI generated content and also clickbait. But the legal action happens after the damage already done. So that's why we need to use both preventations and punishment solution together, which will be the next solution and I will pass to you.
Now let's look at one of the solutions to help stop the spread of fake content. It's called digital fingerprinting. So what's that? Basically, When something is created by AI, like a photo, a video, or some text, a small hidden tag can be added to it. This tag is called digital fingerprint. It's invisible to the eye, but platforms can read it. On this slide, you can see the process. It starts with AI content, then a digital fingerprint is added. This might include things like the name of the tool used or when it was made. After that, platforms like TikTok or website can use a system to detect the fingerprint. If they find it, they can add a label to the content saying, "This was made by AI." The purpose is not to delete the content but to make things more transparent. If people know something was made by AI, they are more likely to think carefully before believing or sharing it. So, it helps stop the spread of misinformation before it goes viral. Big, compa- Big companies like Adobe, TikTok, and OpenAI are already using this idea. For example, TikTok plans to automatically label AI-generated video so users can easily tell what's real and what's not. But there are still some challenges. Not all companies using digital fingerprints because it can be expensive, complicated, and not yet required by law. And some people use open source AI tools that don't include any fingerprint at all. That's why this solution needs cooperation from companies, government, and platforms to really work. If more people adopt it, digital fingerprinting could be a strong way to fight the spread of fake AI content online.
Now I'm going to talk about another way to combat the spread of misinformation, which is by redesigning the rewarding system on social media platforms, which is by changing how the content is being promoted on social medias. Instead of prioritizing likes, shares, and comments on the system should reward the users for sharing truthful and accurate information. This can include giving badges, algorithmic boosts, or positive feedback to the users who consistently post reliable content. This method can be applied on social media platforms by adding a trust button which allows users to rate the accuracy of posts, helping to highlight credible information and discourage the spread of false claims. However, a disadvantage of this approach is the difficulty in determining what qualifies as truthful content, especially on topics with differing opinions or limited evidence. Therefore, if not managed carefully, it could raise concerns about biasness.
Fourth solution, strengthening digital media literacy from a young age. To do this, we need to introduce media literacy early in school curriculum. We need to implement education focused on evidence and critical thinking. We need to teach people how to assess reliability of media, bias in media, and media that appeals to emotion instead of presenting facts. We need governments, businesses, nonprofits, and all other sectors to fund programs that improve the population's media literacy.
So, in summary, fake information on social media has become a serious problem and it's getting worse because of new AI tools that can quickly create false contents. This makes it harder for people to know what is true, what lower their trust in online information, and weakens people's ability to think critically.
As this report shows, the problem isn't just about technology. It also came from the human behavior, weak rules, and how social media platforms are designed. To solve this problem, we need a strong and smart plan. For solution parts, firstly, strict law can hold people accountable, especially for those who with trusted accounts. Next, AI content should have digital fingerprints so people can check where it came from. Other than that, changing how social media reward posts can reduce the spread of fake news. And lastly, teaching digital skills from a young age helps people to think more carefully before believing what they see online. Looking ahead, we need everyone to work together, especially for governments, tech companies, schools, and users. Only with this teamwork and different solutions combined, we reduce the harm of misinformation and build a safer online world. And that's all for our presentations. Thank you for leading your ears for us.